All right, so now started a new recording, and we're going to go over the participation activity for the 22 people who are here. So the participation activity looks at gains from trade and how we can measure the same things we've been talking about so far, right? The costs and benefits of trade with and without government intervention. So it looks at the market for hockey pucks. And I'm going to try something a little different here and try and do it on my tablet. So, oops. Maybe it won't work. But basically, we're looking at the market for hockey pucks in Canada. Oops. And all right. Sorry, I'm just setting up the permissions. This is going to be a terrible video. I'm going to have to edit the bejesus out of it. Okay. Come on, bud. Yay, perfect. Okay, so here's the participation activity, right? So we've got Canada is able to produce hockey pucks at $4 each. Canadians in equilibrium consume 100 hockey pucks. So the first question is, without trade, what is the consumer surplus, producer surplus, and total welfare for Canada's hockey puck market? And this should be pretty straightforward, right? So we've done this before. We just want to find the area of the triangle. Oops. Can I draw on it? Below the demand curve and above the price line. Okay, this isn't working. Never mind. Sorry, y'all, I tried. Okay, so here we have the market for Canada's hockey pucks. And so we have the demand curve crosses at $8. The supply curve crosses at 0. And we have equilibrium of $4 and 100 hockey pucks. So if we want to find the consumer surplus, we just calculate that triangle below the demand curve and above the price line. So that's going to be a triangle with a height of $8 minus $4, or $4, and from 0 to 100, or 100. Right? We remember this pretty well? So it's 1/2 of $4 times 100 hockey pucks, or $200. Right? So far, so good? The next thing we want to do is find the consumer surplus, or sorry, the producer surplus. The producer surplus is going to be a function of the price and the supply curve, right? It's the area below the price line and above the supply curve. So that's going to be this triangle below the $4 and above the supply curve, or a triangle with a base of 100 and a height of $4. So producer surplus is 1/2 $4 times 100 equals $200. Right? Total welfare then, or total surplus, is 200 plus 200, or $400. So far, so good? Next question says, if the world price is $6, will Canada import or export? how many. So if the world price is $6, that means that Canada has the comparative advantage at producing hockey pucks. So we're going to see them export hockey pucks because the quantity supplied is greater than the quantity demanded. They're going to supply 150 hockey pucks to the market, and domestic consumers are now only going to buy 50 hockey pucks. So we're going to see Canada export 150 minus 50 equals 100 hockey pucks. Cool? So far, so good? All right. Part C, if Canada engages in free trade, what will happen to consumer surplus? What will happen to producer surplus? What will happen to total welfare? Well, let's see. What we're going to see is with free trade, producer surplus is now the area below the world price and above the supply curve. And consumer surplus is now the area below the demand curve and above the world price. So we're going to see consumer surplus gets smaller. It's now a triangle from $8 to $6. So that's a $2 height and only 50 hockey pucks. So now consumer surplus is 1/2 of $2 times 50 hockey pucks, or $50. Producer surplus is bigger. It's gone up. It's now a triangle that goes all the way out to 150 and from $0 to $6. So producer surplus is a triangle with a base of 150 and a height of $6. So it's going to be 1/2 $6 times 150, right? Or 1/2 of $900 is $450. With me? I know it's kind of hard to see.
I have a question about the last column.
Yeah.
What determines if it's an import or a trade or an export? Sorry.
Whether the world price is higher or lower than the domestic price. So in this case, the world price is higher. And so that means that the world price is higher than the domestic price. That means we can do it at home here in Canada cheaper than the rest of the world can. And so we are going to export it. The other way to see it is to look at wherever that world price is, find the quantity supplied and the quantity demanded. If supply is bigger, then we're going to produce more than we consume, and so we're going to sell it to other people. If demand is bigger, if the quantity demanded is higher, which is going to be when the world price is down below equilibrium, then we're going to consume more than we produce in our country. So we must be importing it from somewhere else. Does that make sense?
All right. Yeah, that makes sense. Thank you.
Okay, cool. So with free trade, we see consumer surplus get smaller, producer surplus get bigger, but total surplus overall gets bigger. Remember, without trade, total surplus, total welfare was $400. Now total welfare is, or total surplus is $500. So the world is made better off. That's wrong. Okay, cool. Is free trade the best option? Why or why not? Well, yeah, free trade's the best option. That's what we talked about, right? Barriers to trade are going to reduce total surplus. They're going to harm either domestic consumers or domestic producers, or foreign producers or foreign consumers. They're going to reduce economic activity. Economists prefer free trade because it means the people who have the lowest cost produce the goods, and the people with the highest willingness to pay consume the goods. It makes everyone better off. The last question asks, what would happen if the world price for hockey pucks dropped to $3? How would that change Canada's market? Well, if the world price went down to $3, this is a really important question, right? We were just talking about it. So if the new world price is $3, is Canada still going to export hockey pucks?
No.
No, right? Now, the quantity demanded is bigger than the quantity supplied, and they're going to import hockey pucks. They're no longer more efficient. Someone else in the world can do it cheaper. Okay? Make sense? What questions do we have? Got it? Ready to turn it in and get those 20 points? All right. Awesome. Thanks for hanging out with me. It's a lot more fun to do it with someone else there instead of just talking to myself into the camera. Have a great weekend, y'all. I appreciate you. Thanks for sticking around. If you're watching this on YouTube, that's cool too. I appreciate y'all. Have a wonderful weekend. Take care. Be well. And I'll see you next time.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.